Hey, what's up, fam? It's your boy D Wheels, and it's going to be a quick video about the concept of grinding. My fault. I just got interrupted. My fault. Not grinding. You don't want to do this, but floating gears. Floating gears is a truck slang term, I guess, for changing the gear selector, or gear shift, without using the clutch. It's a manual transmission without using the clutch. Okay, and so I'm just gonna give you the concept because I'm sitting still, and so I can't show you as I'm driving or anything like that. So the concept of floating gears is basically like this. This is what's going on. You have pressure on the transmission and clutch, the whole drive line, right? From your gearbox and clutch, pressure plate, transmission and out through your axles, drive shaft and axles and everything. But you got pressure on it as you winding up or accelerating from first gear to second gear or whatever gear you started in. Of course, you had to start in that gear with the clutch. Okay, you had to start in that gear with the clutch. But after that, we're talking about floating the gears after you already engaged with the clutch to get you started. So basically what you have is you have pressure on your whole drive line, okay? So you're building up, here's the pressure. You're building up from first gear. As you wind first gear out, it'll get it to the spot where your best fuel mileage and everything is. You wind your first gear out to your RPMs, to where your maximum RPMs want to be. And when you let off, all you do is back your foot off the accelerator pedal. All right. So this represents the pressure on the drive line and clutch and everything, right? So when you let off the accelerator, basically what happens is the RPMs go. You let off the accelerator and you're gonna push it out of gear. Whatever gear it's in, you're gonna push it out of gear to the center position. Just briefly, okay. But in that process, while it's out of gear, your RPMs are gonna fall, of course, and all of your drive line components, like the clutch gears, transmission gears, all of those things, for a brief moment, they're going to come in direct sync with each other. They're going to come in direct sync. But there's only a small window of time that everything comes in sync with each other. Okay? I mean sync where the next gear will just easily mesh right into the other. Like I said, it's a window of opportunity. So if I do it like this here, like the pendulum or the arm on a grandfather clock that swings back and forth, like as the arm goes all the way to the left or to the right, whatever, once it gets all the way to the maximum position, to the left or right, before it starts to swing back the other way, it's in a state of like suspended animation, right at that spot right there. That will be the same thing as the sweet spot as far as floating gears. It will be the same thing. And so that is the point where you want to change into the next gear. So that's the whole concept of floating gears, and it works whether you're upshifting or downshifting. You can still use the after you do if you got a 10-speed, whatever, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to high range with your range selector, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can still float the gears and use the range selector going up to the high side. Same thing. It's still the same. It still works the same. Okay. So remember, if you're gonna float the gears, you have to get your RPMs right, and then move the stick into position while your RPMs are still high enough but not too high. You kind of have to learn your truck and learn how long it takes for your RPMs to start falling down and where that sweet spot is. Sometime around 1400, like I said, but that depends on what type of transmission and all that stuff there. But sometimes once you learn your truck, you will know exactly how many seconds you have between each shift, or each time you take your foot off the fuel, you know about how much time you got to pop it into that next gear, while everything is in that suspended animation part, and your, like I say, your road speed and everything, for one couple of seconds, everything is like really close to just matching up. And so when it's like that, and you pop it in that next gear, it just like easily just goes right together and keep on turning. Okay, like I said, if you pop it in there, you try to pop it in there too fast, then these things here are still a little bit not meshed up with each other, and it's gonna do like this here. Okay, that's what it's gonna do. You're gonna get it in there, but it's gonna be like, because it's gonna be at two different speeds. This one gonna be like this one here. The other one gonna be like this here. And you're gonna be like, okay. And then again, like I said, if you wait too long, then the speed's gonna drop down, and it's gonna be the other way. The speeds are still gonna be way off. And when you finally do force it in there, it's gonna throw you for, because you done let the road speeds get flip-flopped again. Okay, so that's the concept of floating gears. Hopefully I'll be able to maybe actually record it, but I got to get more camera stuff, because I don't make all these videos, so I don't have all these cameras and camera angles and all that crap there. But that's the concept of floating gears. Okay, that's the concept of floating gears. Hope you got a little bit better understanding out of it. If not, drop me a comment down there, and I'll see if I can explain it any better on the comment text side of the comments. So okay, all right, this your boy D Wheels. We'll holler at y'all later on. I'm down here below the ATL, about to get loaded and try to get back in this traffic, get back up to the Carolinas. So we'll holler at y'all later on. Y'all be safe out there. This your brother, Large and in Charge. I'll let y'all later. Peace.